Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In today's tutorial, I'm excited to walk you through setting up your charting space on TradingView. This platform is not just powerful and user-friendly, it's essential for traders who need real-time data at their fingertips. Let's set up a space that helps you track and analyze your trades efficiently. First off, you're going to need to create an account. Once that's done, it's going to bring you to a screen that looks exactly like this, and we're going to be going to the top right over here and searching whatever currency pair, whatever crypto, whatever stock, whatever ETF that we would like to chart up. In the case of Forex, let's just use Euro against the USD for an example. We are going to be searching EUR USD. For cryptocurrencies, let's say we want to search BTC, which is Bitcoin. We're also going to search it against the USD. Forex pairs is not always USD. It could be the Great British Pound against the JPY, the Japanese Yen. But the reason why we use USD for crypto is because it is widely accepted, and there's just a whole lot of other nonsense on other charts that we do not want to be looking at. You could also search up BTC GBP. It'll show you Bitcoin against the Great British Pound, but USD is definitely the most widely accepted one. Anyway, in today's example, we are going to be looking at Apple. So I'm just going to search AAPL in there. I'm going to open up my screen right here, remove all of my indicators, and this is essentially what your chart would look like, just blank without anything on it. Looking at my overall screen here, we can see that I'm currently using something called candlesticks. Candlesticks are pretty easy to read. The two most popular, hands down, the most popular ways of reading a chart are candlesticks and line charts. Line charts, there's a little bit less noise on this. You're not going to see all of the wicks and whatnot that we do see on the candlesticks. I'll explain what all of this is and why they're beneficial to you, and in different scenarios you might not use them. But overall, this is, I'd say 99% of the time, what my chart layout is going to look like. Zooming out, we see a series of green and red candles. What do they all mean? I'm going to switch to a larger time frame so it just looks a little bit more compact. There you go. Each and every single one of these candles displays the trading done on that specific time frame that we can find highlighted in the top corner over here. So we can see that every one of these candles is the trading done in a single week. If I switch it to a month, it's going to be the trading done in a month. 4 hours, an hour, 30 minutes, whatever it is. This is all of that trading that is done within this specific time frame. Back to the weekly time frame. Each and every single one of these candles has characteristics that we are going to always pay attention to and follow. The characteristics are we have an open, a close price, and potentially wicks. The open and close for the bullish candles, the green ones and the red ones, are completely different. Any bullish candle is going to open at the bottom. Any bearish one, meaning we're going down, is going to open at the top. Just because we're not continuing that trend and going upwards, we are now creating a new one and trading downwards, no matter what time frame we're on. The wicks, like any regular candle in real life, is going to signify the price action in which we did not stay in very long and we traded above or past that open or close price. For example, on Apple, let's just choose an area with a very large wick. Let's say here, for example. This is where price created a new high on that week, but we did not stay there. We did not close there. If we had closed at that new high, it would have been flat. There would be no wick. So consider wicks the highs or the lows that price has gone to, but we ultimately reversed and closed at a different level. So price has traded within here. You could have taken your profit, placed a stop loss, whatever it is, and price also traded down here within that exact week. So that's sort of how I can explain wicks and candles and what they all mean. And you'll see them again to the bullish up or to the bearish downside. Line charts though are a little bit different. Let's just go back to our line charts. You're not going to see all of that noise. It's just going to show you the basic trend up or down. And this is, for me personally, just the best way I can describe this. If you're a long-term trader or investor, this is something that you're going to want to look at every once in a while to cancel out the noise and to cancel out the BS, really, of all those wicks. This is where all of that support and resistance is actually traded into. And there is no room for all of that other nonsense where price rapidly moved up or down. that sometimes can just be extra noise that you don't really want to be listening to. They are a distraction. Most wicks in most cases are a distraction. On lower time frames, you will see within a specific candle, you also have the trading that was done on the lower time frame and lower time frame and lower time frame. Trends can come in higher or lower time frames, and it's really important that you guys manage to learn how to trade each and every single one of these time frames differently and effectively, as they're not always going to be support and resistance on larger time frames. So the larger the time frame, the better, more supported that support and resistance might be. Learning how to trade them is extremely important, as you do not want to be mixing up lower time frame analysis with higher time frame analysis. But let's just move forward. When looking at the charts, the reason why it looks so compact on my chart is because I have it in something called logarithmic. If I were to switch this to regular, we can see that I can no longer see all of Apple's data within a very tight, compact space. So we can only go back to 2008 on the 4-hour time frame. But if I put this in logarithmic and I zoom out, we can see it a lot more compact. And I can go all the way back to 1981 when Apple first IPO'd, and I can see all of that data. So logarithmic is when you want to see the larger picture. Regular is when you just are looking at it from a regular standpoint. You don't want to look at all that data. You're just focused on the current day. Me personally, I always keep my stuff in logarithmic just because it's a lot tighter. Anyway, now that we know what candlesticks are, now that we know what logarithmic versus linear is, let's get into some other stuff that is going to be essential for day-to-day use on your charts. In the top over here, we're going to see we can find what symbol we're looking at, what time frame we're on. But if we want to navigate TradingView effectively, we're going to want to type those things on our screen. So if you type anything, any letter, whatever it is, it's going to pop up right on your screen, and it's going to act as if you are searching up a new symbol. If you are searching any number, it's going to also pop up on your screen, as it's going to change the interval. So W's stand for weeks, D stands for days, H stands for hours. You do not need to put in anything in minutes. As you can see here, I just put 1. It'll bring me to the 1 minute if I press enter. If I press Control Z, it'll bring me right back to where I was. And TradingView does offer and recognize regular commands that you would find on Microsoft Word, for example. So if I were to press Control Z, it'll bring me back. If I were to press Control V, it'll paste whatever's on my page. If I press Control C for a random thing here, it'll also copy and paste that. And it is meant to just cut down time, which is why I really like TradingView. Anyway, pretty simple so far, right? Now we're going to dig into how to put indicators on our charts. Top over here, let's say I want to search my on balance volume. I'll just search OBV, press enter, and it'll pop up right on my screen. I already have it, so if I want to delete it, I'm just going to press delete. And here pops up all of our indicators. I have an RSI open, and I also have my OBV. If I want to get them off of my screen, I'm just going to double click it. If I want to hide my indicators and all of my drawings, I'm going to go right here and press hide everything, and boom. If I want to lock any specific thing, let's say I have a trend line on my chart, I'm going to go over here, press this lock button so this does not move if I were to accidentally press on it. I can still delete it though, and that would mean everything is locked. If I were to want to, let's say I want to set up an alert. Let's say I don't want Apple to cross, let's say I'm in a short position. I don't want Apple to cross these new highs up here. And I want to be alerted if it does, so I can manually exit my position. Not recommended to always manually exit your positions. Always use stops and orders. But for this example, let's say I want to manually exit this. Or let's say, you know what? No, let's not manually exit. Let's say I want to add more to my position if Apple does break these new highs. I'm going to double click my screen here. I'm going to press add alert on Apple. And I can either press only once, where it alerts me once, or every single time. You can adjust the price point to your liking. Let's say I think Apple's going to go to 0. It will alert me if Apple ever goes to 0. Not happening, but there's the option for you. In a realistic scenario, we're going to be pressing 237. So 237.03, and it's going to input my alert right there. I can delete it by pressing that X and pressing yes. This is in simplest terms how we can use TradingView. If I were to zoom all the way out, there should be stuff at the bottom here that we're not going to find on the weekly time frame, but we will find it on the daily. The bottom here is going to show you where all of our earnings dates are. You will see them come up in advance, like the one that is coming up in October. And you are also going to see, if I were to, is it the weekly time frame? No, it's right here. It was just covering by the dividends. It'll also show you dividends, by the way. If I were to press this little lightning bolt in purple here, it's going to show you the latest updates. This will pop up on any given chart that you have. Apple, Tesla, Forex charts, crypto charts, whatever it is. It'll always bring you the latest updates in the form of news. So if I were to press on any of these, it'll bring me to a new little tab right here where I can now view news on Apple. I want to exit this. I just press exit. This is in simplest terms how we can use TradingView. Before we actually exit this video and move on to the next lesson, we have a little toolkit down here. This toolkit is where we are going to be adding whatever tools that we're going to be using on day to day to help sort of streamline going to all of these areas here and just pressing specific tools that we want to use. So if I want to add a Fibonacci retracement, I'm going to go into the Fibonacci area and I'm just going to star one of these. Let's say I want to add a Fib channel. I'm going to star that and it's going to end up right here. I can move them within the realm of this little toolkit right here. And if I want to use it, I just press on that screen. I draw out my channel and boom, it's right there. So this is in the simplest terms possible how TradingView is used. I don't want to really make it too complicated as this took me quite a while to really navigate. It's pretty easy, but it gets extremely confusing if you're just starting off. So I do recommend you guys play with this. Try to fix it to your liking, add whatever tools you think you'll be using. I will be doing a separate video on the tools that I personally use. If you guys want to edit the colors or anything on your chart, you're going to want to double click the candles and edit the colors right here. But this is what I personally use. If I want to edit the background, I'm going to go into, I haven't edited this in so long. There you go, canvas. And you can add a gradient background like I have right now. I feel like this is the best. I don't know. I just really like the way I have my chart set up. And you can edit it right here. You can add a watermark. You can delete that watermark. And yeah, there's just a lot here that you guys can go through. I highly suggest playing with this, making it to your liking and something that you're able to look at every single day and actually chart with. Don't start adding the most random colors just because you find it intriguing. Make it something professional that you guys can look at every single day or every single time you open up TradingView, and you are able to look at this without getting too excited and too, oh wow, look at the way I set up my chart. It's cool to have your own specific customized colors, but just make it in a way where you can do professional work on it. Anyway, this is how to use TradingView. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You know what? My sincere apologies. We still have one more thing to go through. It is how to create and set a watch list. If you guys see in the top right corner, this is where you'd select to open the watch list. You guys can create different ones. I'm going to be using an exemplar, and essentially how to add a stock, crypto, forex pair, whatever it is. You press this top button right here where it says plus. You search whatever pair you're looking for. Let's just use Macy's for an example. And we're going to press plus right there. If we want to divide these, we're going to be right clicking on my Mac. We're going to press add section, and we are just going to rename this into stocks. Now I can move and adjust some of these. And as you can see, Tesla is not an ETF, so we're going to put it right down into that stock list. If I want to make this in alphabetical order, I can simply just move them up or down. And yeah, this is how you would use your watch list. Anyway, hopefully this all made sense to you guys. For the second time, take care and see you in the next video.